Hello again. This is Dave Robinson at Sustainability AV, the online conference which is being brought to you by ProSound News Europe and Installation Europe. The next session features two gentlemen, Sam Wise, who's a venue technology consultant and planner for Arup, is going to speak first, and then Tim Barker from AECOM. He's going to talk about the BBC Broadcasting House project, which he's been involved with. So first of all, Sam, over to you. Oh, actually, no, I nearly forgot again. If you have a question out there, you can click on the Ask a Question button, which is underneath the two photographs, and then you'll see a blank dialog box comes up, and there's a Submit Question button at the bottom. And we invite you to ask any questions about anything that crops up. Okay, Sam Wise.
Well, hello there. It's been quite an interesting day. I came a little bit early and met the people from Julish Bicycle. We interestingly, we have some projects in common. And then, likewise, the two of us sitting here this afternoon both also share a project. So you probably might get a little bit of crossover, but it's interesting, the small world we live in. I just wanted to tell you, okay, let's see, I can learn how to drive this machine. Yes, there we go. We show this project. This is the Sydney Opera House. Arup, I work for Arup, and building engineers, Arups are. And basically, this was an architect's sketch, and Arup's business was founded on our founder actually figuring out how to build this thing out of concrete. So that's just a little bit of history for you. These days, of course, Arup is, like many other companies, is involved with trying to get a grip on how to, well, we have a motto called building a better world. And, of course, building a better world is all about trying to make places where it's nice to live and which are sustainable for the people who live there. So it really is, it's something we should be embodying, and we are really, really working hard to embody in all of our design work. So this is just a slide that shows that we're looking at a number of different points about the design of buildings. We have to, start out. Energy is a major part of buildings. Basically, we're going to hear a little bit more about energy from Tim, so I won't go on about that. But this is basically to remind us that that's what it's about. And in buildings, there's a lot of energy used. Okay, we have been working on other projects as well. Wales Millennium Centre in Cardiff is basically a building where we were the engineers and where there was a lot of effort put into, at that point, was basically the beginnings of the real importance of saving energy. Of course, it's always in our design requirements because we're trying to make the buildings efficient even before the Green Agenda. But the Green Agenda, in its present form, has been relatively new. And this one, basically, we're trying to make the energy work best. And you can see here that there was a strategy there to create ice during times when not much energy was needed. Basically, there's a place in the building where ice was generated. And then when the building is hot, we can pass some air or some fluid over the ice and turn that into cooling. So there are quite unique things that people are thinking about. So when we're not going to be talking, the two of us, too much about AV specifically, but the message here is think outside your box, and that way you will invent things, new ideas that will help people in the Green Agenda. One of the things about buildings is measuring what's going on in them. I see a little later in my presentation that we're actually undertaking some studies right now in major venues. These are the Albert Hall, the Royal Opera House, and Shepherd's Bush Empire, where we're measuring, we put extra metering in them. Actually, Albert Hall has good submetering. I believe that's the case. Others of the buildings have very little submetering. Submetering is about measuring where the power is going inside the building in various directions. Rather than having just one big meter, you have a lot of small meters, and you can tell where the power is going. We put in extra meters in these buildings, and we're measuring a lot of this. So we're measuring what's going into the heating, what's going into the plumbing, what is going into the lighting systems, what is going into the general power, etc. And this study is only beginning, but we're linking it together as all these places are theatrical performance places. They have very good record keeping about their shows, and so we're also trying to connect these measurements together with the cycle of people going in and out of the buildings, the time of day of the shows, the contents of the shows, the luminaires that are used, and various other things that can help us dig down into where the power is actually going.